right, okay guys, so I'm back with you. Just did a couple little sprints there. Some nice little pit stains. I know that's very attractive. Anyways, I just want to show you that I'm doing the work. It's really hot outside, and today we're going to be talking about interval running for weight loss. Now, as you can tell, I'm a pretty slim guy, so I'm not really in the weight loss game. However, I specialized in helping people lose weight, and I should kind of go a bit deeper there and say that I actually specialize in helping people lose fat, because we're not looking at losing weight. We don't want to lose muscle, right? We actually want to lose fat so you can see your muscle, right? So interval running for weight loss. Now I want to talk about something called a cardio myth, and this is a very, very aggravating concepts. Okay, so you're on the treadmill, right, or on the elliptical, or any cardio machine. You see this little graph, that shows you, if you're at the 60th percentile of your maximum heart rate, you're in your fat burning zone. As soon as you get above the 80th percentile, you're now in your cardio zone. Okay, so now we're starting to get confused, because this one little graph, it's amazing how one graph can play with the minds of millions of people. This graph has led people to spend an hour on the treadmill or elliptical, or any machine for that matter, at a nice light pace while they're talking on their cell phone. Or it's the same pace that's allowed these people to read a magazine while working out. If that's you, please stop. Please stop the insanity. If you're gonna work out, there's no way you should be working out for an hour, let alone talking on the phone or reading a magazine or a book while you're doing that. Workouts should be short, intense, and that's it, okay? The higher the intensity, the less the duration. You cannot work at a very, very high intensity for that long. And that's why interval running is very effective for weight loss, because in spite of the graph showing you that at a lower intensity you burn more fat, and there's some truth to that. Here's why. At a lower intensity, your body predominantly uses fat as a fuel source, okay? As the intensity increases, there's a bit of a shift. So as the intensity increases, your body shifts towards using predominantly carbohydrates. There's still a little bit of fat being used, but as the higher the intensity, the more carbohydrates are being used as a fuel source. So here's the confusion. So people think that, hold on, if I'm using carbohydrates as my fuel, then I'm not burning fat. Okay, and that's a legitimate concern. I'm here to alleviate that for you. Let's say you were to just nice and easy go for a nice light jog, talk on the phone, whatever it is, for an hour, okay? And I'm not even sure how many calories you'd burn, let's say 300, that'd be pretty generous. And in comparison, you do some interval runs on the treadmill or outdoors, wherever it is, for 20 minutes, high intensity stuff. We're talking about, sprinting for 20 seconds, recovering for 40 seconds, doing that on and off for 20 minutes. And let's say the treadmill is accurate, which it usually isn't, and it tells you that you've now burned 600 or 700 calories. Okay, so now we have a bit of a dilemma. We're working out less at a higher intensity, and it's telling us we're burning almost 2.5 times more calories than if we were working out 3 times as long. So here's where the confusion lies, guys. I don't know if you're confused, and if you are, let me alleviate it for you. It doesn't matter what you're using as a fuel source during the workout. All that matters is how many calories you burn during and after your workout. That's all that matters, because here's what happens. Even if you use carbohydrates mainly as your fuel source, here's the cool thing. The fitter you get, your body actually spares its own muscle glycogen, or its carbohydrate stores, and uses more fat as a fuel source. So that's something to look forward to as you get fitter. That's why the fitter you get, the easier it is to stay fit, because you start using fat more often at higher intensities than you do carbohydrates. But we're getting off track a little bit. Okay, so let's say you mainly use carbohydrates, you burn a lot of calories, but what happens when you stop exercising? Your metabolism is still revved up, right? It's still going, but your body has now come to a resting level, right? That 60th percentile. So now the body shifts over, and because it needs to recuperate a lot of oxygen, something known as EPOC, or post-exercise oxygen consumption, it now turns to burning fat as a predominant fuel after your workout. And studies have shown that interval running can increase your metabolism, or this EPOC effect, for up to 36 hours after your workout. So that's pretty awesome. So let me ask you this. So we have our loosey-goosey, nice hour run. I'm talking on the phone. Hey, how's it going? Good. You want to go for a Starbucks after? Awesome. Great. We have that option where you can burn 300 calories and then just load it back in with a Starbucks mocha frappuccino afterwards. Or you can go to the gym or run outside, 20 minutes, high intensity, sprint, jog, sprint, jog, sprint, jog. Burn more calories during that session, save yourselves, a third the time, and then actually burn way more calories after the workout than you would have anyways doing your hour nice long jog. So I don't know about you, but if I could sit and burn more calories than somebody running for an hour at a very, 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 very light intensity, I'd rather sit. I'm pretty lazy. I mean, I enjoy working out, but not that much. So again, it's all about saving you time and doing things efficiently, and that's what I'm here to show you. So the cardio myth, it's not really just, that little chart. Just take it with a grain of salt and really, again, watch this video if you need to watch it again to really understand everything I've just talked about, because it's very, very, very important to be able to work at a high intensity. That's the only way you can get fitter. Is if I'm working out and I'm talking like this at my talk test pace, I'm not challenging my body. I'm not getting fitter. As soon as I'm out of breath, now I'm out of my comfort zone. Now I'm into a zone where my body is forcing itself to, it's like, okay, the body's like, okay, we gotta do something. We're out of breath, we gotta figure out more ways to get oxygen to the cells. Okay, let's lay down some more capillaries. Let's create some more mitochondria in our muscle cells. Let's, let's do some things that are gonna help us become fitter. And that's essentially what happens. The physiology of the human body is absolutely amazing, I love it. But anyways, back to weight loss. All you have to worry about is higher intensity. Interval running is the way to go. You will lose more weight, the studies show it, than low intensity, lights, whatever, day in and day out, okay? So if you want more help with this stuff and you want to actually save time, get better results in like a third the time, go back to mytreadmilltrainer.com. That's where you can get the best interval running workouts with me on your headphones to show you exactly how to train properly. So until then, thanks for watching. Hope you've learned some stuff, and I'll see you in the runs.